What's going on, guys? Kevin here from Sports Box Breaks, coming to you live Wednesday night, 3/2/2016, release day of 2016 Topps Heritage Baseball. We are doing our Heritage Baseball case break number 1, which was our only case we had on the website and on eBay right now. Who has who? Arizona Diamondbacks, Robert M. Atlanta Braves, Dustin L. Baltimore Orioles, Michael F. Boston Red Sox, Dustin L. Chicago Cubs, Dustin L. Chicago White Sox, Torian T. Cincinnati Reds, David T. Cleveland Indians, Rick K. Colorado Rockies, Stephen C. Detroit Tigers, Clyde S. Houston Astros, Dustin L. Kansas City Royals, Stephen C. Los Angeles Angels and Dodgers both going to Dustin L. Miami Marlins, Leland S. Milwaukee Brewers, David R. Minnesota Twins, Dustin L. New York Mets, James F. New York Yankees, Dustin L. Oakland A's, Jan K. Philadelphia Phillies, Nestor C. Pittsburgh Pirates, Nick B. San Diego Padres, Scott M. San Francisco Giants, Robert S. Seattle Mariners, Robert M. St. Louis Cardinals, Brian M. Tampa Bay Rays, Robert M. Texas Rangers, Dustin L. Toronto Blue Jays, Robert M. Washington Nationals, Dustin L. And then we do have in this one, guys, there is a non-baseball spot, which is like celebrity cut autos and things like that. That is an extra spot that was sold in the case. So any non-baseball cards that are pulled from this are going to go to Nick B. Nick B picked up the non-baseball spot. So just so everybody's aware, when that stuff starts coming out, that's where the cards are going to go for the non-baseball. All right, guys, here we go. Let's see how I can do this 30-pound case without killing myself here. All right, here we go. Let's do it like such. So there's 3. These cases, these boxes are bulky. 6. 9. 12 boxes of High Society, and there's an empty case, as you can all see. Empty case. Oof. This one's going to take a while, guys. Let's see how we can do this. Let's put it in. Let's put it in a stack of 3. Put that right there. Let's get started. Good luck, guys. A real one autograph or relic card in every box. Okay. So I have no idea what the configuration of this stuff is. So 50th anniversary Topps, 1 original 1967 card inside. These little toppers that sit on top of it. We'll leave that off to the side and crack it open last. You go, King. Hey, we appreciate it. Everybody in the chat appreciates it that was sitting there waiting. And again, guys, you know we're not trying to hold you hostage on this stuff. We just have certain margins that we need to work within. So how am I going to do this? Should I do one pack at a time? I'll do the first pack to see what the configuration is. Once I know what the configuration is, I can start doing like a bunch of packs at a time. So are these like fake autos? I'm guessing these are fake autos, right? Because you guys tell me. I have no idea what I'm even looking at. This stuff is brand new to us. So Scooter, Brian Price, I mean, they look like they're like photographed autos or something, right? They're not actual autos. Yeah, facsimile autos. Okay, so that's clearly not a hit. Just a facsimile auto. Okay. I'm just making sure. So lots of those in here. Lots of these facsimile autos. I just need to figure out where I'm stopping in these packs. A ton of variations that are hard to spot, Dustin's saying. Yeah, so guys, if I blaze past anything, please just let me know, and I'll certainly pull the card back into view. So I don't think there was anything in that pack worth looking at again, so I'm going to consider that all base. So what I'll do from this point, I'm going to build a tower of cards like I like to do when it comes to this stuff that has just an absolute boatload of cards. Hits aren't just autos, there's SPs, SSPs, redbacks, error, action, throwback SPs. Oh, goodness. Okay. Well, like I said, if I'm blazing past something, you guys want to see it again, just give me a shout in the chat. I'm keeping the chat active here off to the side so I can see what you guys are saying. And just let me know, and I'll bring it back into view. This one might be, I don't know, multiple hours long, guys, depending on how quickly I can figure out to look at this stuff. So there's a ton to look for, and some of it isn't obvious. All right. Jay should have broken this one. Jay is our actual breaker. So, you know, you have two of us here, guys. If you're new with us, just so you know kind of how our operation here is set up. It's two guys, myself, which is Kevin, and then Jason, who, you know, is really our true card guy. You know, I do our website and I'm the tech guy, and we kind of split our operation up now so that we both take on the task of doing these breaks on our live nights. So he probably would have been the more appropriate choice to do this, but whatever, we'll figure it out. Gum stain parallels are back as well. First time heritage, old superfractors. All right, well, this is going to be interesting then. Okay, I'm going to do a stack like that. All right, let's work off this stack. And again, guys, if you see anything in here that actually looks like a real hit and I'm blazing past it, these are all what looks to me like the facsimile autos. So I will go through a little bit slow in this first stack to see if we are missing anything, because this is going to take a while if I look at every one in detail. Chris Bryant, facsimile, I'm assuming, because that certainly doesn't look like a real. Yes, I certainly do know how to handle two players on a card. The way that we handle two players on a card, they're just old, is it's top to bottom, left to right. So if there's two players on a card, you know, if it's different teams you're saying, it's going to be top to bottom, left to right. So if there's more than one team on a card, if that's what you're asking, buddy. Yep, that is, and it's right on our How Breaks Work page on our website, so it's always been posted out there just ahead of time. That is the way we handle two teams on a card. That almost looks real. Is it real? It does not look like real ink. I need Steve from Pawn Stars here, but I don't believe that is real ink. They kind of all look a little bit real. Yep. My old eyes. That's why I have the camera set to close focus, so you guys are seeing it as I'm seeing it. You guys are seeing it right as I'm seeing it. So guys, let's keep the momentum flowing on Don Russ. This will be a night of like 40 pounds of baseball cards coming our way. But that's okay. We'll take it. We'll have fun with it. All right. All right, so the Schwarber would be considered a hit. All right. So I'll pull that back into view. Pull it back into view if I can actually find it here. So this one right here, you're saying the Kyle Schwarber. I know where there's a delay from what you guys are seeing versus what I'm actually doing. There's probably about a 15 or 20-second delay. So I'll put that guy right to the side there. I believe that's the Schwarber that you are talking about. That's the one, Dustin? Okay. What would these be out of, guys? Just so I know for the classification, because we consider a hit anything 50 or below, any auto, any relic, like a patch jersey kind of. So I don't know if that would necessarily fall into. All right. And then what is, Dustin, what am I looking at with this McCutcheon? So not numbered, but just an insert. Okay. So nothing numbering wise or anything of that nature, correct? All right. Thanks for bearing with me, guys, on this stuff. Numbered. There it is. You are correct, sir. Okay. So there's our numbering. 291 out of 999. So not low enough numbering to be deemed a hit, but now I know that that is the place to look for them. So, all right, guys, let's dig into the next stack here. We'll start getting through them a little faster now. Now that I kind of know what we're looking for a little bit, once we get into the second box and beyond that, it'll be much faster. Thanks again, guys. Appreciate the education on this stuff. Heritage. I don't remember if we did Heritage last year. We may have done it. I'll have to look back in our old stuff. And guys, if you're new with us, do make sure to follow our channel here on Breakers. So we're breaking here now, at least for the time being. We keep talking about moving over to Ustream. Might happen. But for right now, we are breaking on here. When and if we make that move, you guys will clearly know. We'll actually stream on here as well as Ustream at the same time when we make that kind of move, so you'll never miss a beat with us. The color variations are the hardest to spot unless you know what you're looking for or have the checklist. Gotcha, gotcha. Well, guys, be my second, third, fifth set of eyes. I appreciate it. I do appreciate it. I don't want you guys to... And just so you know, guys, we send you everything. So if by chance we happen to blaze past something on camera and it's not brought into focus, you're going to get it anyway. We send you everything, all base, all parallels, all hits, everything. And then additionally, if you don't get something that's considered a hit, you're still getting all your cards plus sealed hobby packs for every single team that doesn't get a hit. So the color variations have black team lettering, Dustin's saying. Okay, gotcha. All right, get rid of all these packs. All right, here we go, guys. Let's see what we got. And like I said, if I'm not seeing something, if I'm blazing past it, just give me a nudge. But for right now, I'm just going to quickly go through them until something stands out. All right, so here we go. We got Clubhouse Collection Anthony Rizzo for the Cubs. Clubhouse Collection Relic Card Anthony Rizzo So the Cubs pick up a relic card here. And the Cubs in this one belongs to Dustin, so Dustin's picking up the first one here. So the Cubs on the board. Actually, the last one was the Cubs too, the Schwarber, but and keeping on going, guys. All right. That's the variation guy. Cool. Thanks, Dustin. Appreciate it, buddy. I don't think Jay's going to be around tonight either to be my second set of eyes. So, like I said, guys, if you see something, just let me know. I'm trying to get through them somewhat at a reasonable pace. What? All right, so here we go. This is our first non-baseball card that was pulled. Jimmy Hoffa. Oh, Jimmy Hoffa, March 6th, 1967, flashbacks. So there is an example of the non-baseball stuff that is going to come out of this. So I'll put that to the side. That's pretty interesting. Jimmy Hoffa, Teamsters. All right, moving on. It's not exciting, but it'll get exciting once we pull something big, right? These big cases got a lot to get through. 29 pounds of cards. And the Boeing 737. This is almost like Allen and Ginter. Allen and Ginter has those weird non-baseball spots in there that are like presidents and bag of Thai cob found in a house valued at 7 figures. Wow, crazy. It's crazy that that stuff is still sitting out there, just hidden away in some attic somewhere. I'm sure there's probably plenty of that going on in the world, and nobody even realizes it's there. Not even the owners. All right. Okay, I don't think there's anything worth looking at there, fellas. So let me just get organized with all this base off to the side. We'll dig into box number 2. Box number 2. Okay, non-baseball cards I'm going to keep to the side. That way they're already sorted. Oh, we forgot about our 50th anniversary pack here. So let's see this little thing. What are these all about? What are these all about, guys? Are they anything, or are they just... So they're an actual 50th anniversary. Are they just a throwback look to the original style of the card, or are they an actual card from that year, from 67? They're not numbered, and that's clearly not a real auto. Their original card from 67? Okay. Well, then that's 3 Cubs cards that came out of that box. So, all right, cool. Moving on. Next box, guys. Buyback King of Cubs. All right, cool. All right, we'll put that guy off to the side again, the 50th anniversary card, and we'll dig into our 10 million packs. All right, empty box right there. All right, guys, let's see. I'm going to give you the links here because we probably got some new faces just popping in to the channel for now. So we're still filling up our Donruss number 1 and number 2 tonight, guys. Last I looked, Donruss number 1 was at 3 spots to go, and then it was full. The number may not be accurate, but that link is going to get you into it. And then Donruss number 2 was at 11 spots to go. Again, that number may not be accurate, but the link is going to be good. And there are the 2 links right there. That'll get you into both of them. Looks like we did have some activity maybe in the Donruss number 2. So jump on in, guys. Join the fun. We're going to break both of those Donruss. We got a lot of heritage cards to get through, but we're in it for the long haul. We got started pretty early, so that's good. That'll mean we're not going until 3 in the morning. All right. I'm going to do it the same way I did last time, guys. There's just so many cards that opening up each individual pack, I think it's easier to do the stack, look through the stack, and then go on to the next batch of cards that way. At least for me, anyway. So, guys, we also listed, right before we started the night, just because we knew we would have an active baseball crowd in the house, we listed 2 brand new cases of Bowman's Best Baseball. So that is something we were looking to get more of, and we did. So we're going to be doing Bowman's Best. I think they're listed as breaks number 8 and breaks number 9. So not to take focus off of Donruss, which we are trying to fill, but if you are looking for more baseball, those were just listed tonight. All teams should still be available in both of them. All right. We'll do half the packs and then half the packs. At least the packs have a decent amount of cards in them. Unlike some of this stuff, the packs have like 6 cards in them and you have to open 4 gazillion packs. Okay. Here we go. Good luck, guys. Box number 2 starting up. Again, like I said, I'm just going to blaze through and not really focus on them unless they do look like they're a hit. So if I go past something that you want to see in focus more, just let me know and I'll bring it back into view. All right, so pretty sure that is an actual... God, they're tricking me out so bad. Luis Severino for the Yankees. I'm pretty sure that is felt ink. Felt tip ink right there. Severino for the Yankees. Says certified auto. If it is a certified auto, it'll say certified auto. Is that right? Okay. Yeah, you can see. Certified auto issue. You can kind of see it right there. Certified auto. Okay. Good to know. It says if it's legit on the bottom. All right, good to know. Let me bring my Donruss and my Heritage. All right, Heritage, Yankees. So Dustin picking that one up. So Severino, an actual auto, tricking out my eyes. All right. And check it out. A.J. Pollock, Diamondbacks. 108 out of 567. 108 out of 567. So not a hit, but all right. Stuff's crazy. Didn't know what I was getting into with this stuff, but whatever. This stuff sold out so quickly too. Like we put this up on eBay, not really knowing what to expect. There's the Ronald Reagan. That was the hit for the box? Okay, gotcha. I mean, I'll blaze through them anyway. Clearly, I'm not going to not go through the cards, but yeah, we put this stuff up on eBay, and all of a sudden our guys on eBay were just snagging up spots like crazy when we first put it out there. Took a little while to pick up steam on the website, but the eBay crowd was all over it early. We only got the one case of it, which, to be honest, I'm not too choked up about that because this stuff is just labor intense. All this sorting of all these cards absolutely is killer. Which, by the way, Dustin, just yesterday, those card boxes arrived. Those card boxes arrived. King of Cubs, it's early, my friend. It's early. They might show. They might show themselves. All right, here we go. Next stack of packs. Yeah, we didn't know what to expect. Tomapak is saying favorite set of the year, nice size team sets, great photos. We didn't really know what to expect. If I'm not mistaken, I don't recall offhand if we actually did this stuff last year or not. Gonna have to go back in and look. We may have. Guys, I think most of you probably already do follow us on Breakers, but if you don't, go ahead and click on that there follow button right under the video. And guys, we're also social, so if you don't follow us on Facebook or like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, do that as well. You can see in the upper left-hand corner of the video, SBB is social, so at SBB Tweet is our Twitter. We're probably more active on Twitter because you see the stuff on there. Facebook, you can put stuff out all day long. Nobody sees it. So check out our Twitter. Follow us on there. Couple nice things we like to do too, like if you get a hit from us and we send it to you, snap off a picture with your phone or what have you and tweet it to us. So tweet it at SBB Tweet. It'll get a little viral effect going on. Oh, hey, not a problem. We appreciate you guys buying into it. We appreciate you guys buying into it. All right, guys, here we go. Like I said in the last bunch of these, if I'm flowing through something and I'm not showing it to you, just let me know. We did already have a hit from this box, so we might not actually see anything other big pulled, but man, so many of these almost look like they could be real ink. Then again, I do have old eyes going on here, so, and I need an eye exam in a bad way, but I'm too lazy to get there to get an updated eye exam. All right, so we got a Felix Hernandez. Felix Hernandez, and these are numbered. Haven't seen a low number one yet, but this one is 358 out of 999. Quite the haircut there, Coco. Like that right there, first glance, I think it's real black ink, but it's not. It is not. All right. Okay, that's going to do it for box 2. We're getting through them a little bit faster. A little bit. All right, let me give you the links here again, guys. Anybody new that is popping in, we are still filling Don Russ number 1 and Don Russ number 2. Here's the link to Don Russ number 1, or I'm sorry, Don Russ number 2, that is. We're actually at 10 spots, so disregard the 11 number on there. And Don Russ number 1. Where you at? Don Russ number 1 was at 3. Here's the link. And let me check the number on that one because I'm curious myself. That's still at 3. So Don Russ number 2 chipped away a little bit. Don Russ number 1 still where it was with 3 spots. And here comes our 50th anniversary card coming up. Trying to be careful with these. All right. So Dick Williams. I know I was extremely careful, so that little bent corner actually was the way it was out of the pack. Dick Williams, Red Sox. Okay. All right, next box coming up. Holy cow, this stuff's going to take us 3 hours. '50th on the side. Packs. Packs. Lots of packs. 2, 3, empty box. Yep. Makes sense that they would be, right? Just for the sheer age of them. But when it's a one card inside of the pack, it's tough to open it without like bending it a little bit. So I was trying to be extra careful. All right, here we go, guys. Let's build our tower of cards and work it off. Tower of cards coming up. Appreciate you guys hanging out. I know this is going to be a long one, but let's have some fun with it. I appreciate the education on this stuff, too. I didn't know what I was getting into when I started cracking into this case. Getting a little more knowledgeable as we're going here. So guys, like I said, 2 cases of Bowman's Best were just listed on the site also. So if you didn't jump in any of our previous Bowman's Best and you still have interest in that stuff, we just listed 2 brand new cases of it. So if you jump on our website, I don't know if we have it on the home page. You may have to use the search feature and just type in BEST, B-E-S-T, and then hit enter or click the little magnifying glass to search. And you'll get our 2 cases of Bowman's Best that are on there. Pick up some spots on that stuff. That'll be going off probably next week, I guess. We just listed it tonight. With all these new releases coming our way, it's tough to put a schedule together. And then they shuffle around the release dates on stuff. It's always a fun time when they do that. All right, first half coming up in a second. All right, here we go, guys. First half coming our way. Like I said, if I go past anything. Here we go, right out of the gate. Right out of the gate, we have Clubhouse Collection for the Rockies. Nolan Arenado. Game used memorabilia heritage. Colorado Rockies. That's Stephen C. Stephen C. picking that one up. Any numbering on these? I don't see numbering. There was no numbering on the last one, but Clubhouse Collection for the Rockies. So very nice. Here's where I left off right here. They figured they'd put one card in there flipped just to make it harder. That's KC. There you go, buddy. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Little heritage love. And guys, if you are new with us, we do post everything to YouTube. The link to our YouTube channel is directly below. So right here on Breakers, if you scroll toward the bottom of the page, it's almost all the way at the bottom. You'll see archived videos and a little YouTube icon. Hey, Evil Knievel. That's pretty cool. Evil Knievel. Pull one of those quad royal patches number to 10. You got it, buddy. Order taken. Evil Knievel. Quad royal patches number to 10. Like I was saying, guys, YouTube, everything is posted to YouTube. Typically, it's by the end of our break night. So when we're doing our break sessions, we're a one-man show. Like I'm breaking tonight, and then Jay will be breaking tomorrow, and so on. So when we do these sessions, we post everything at the end of our break night so as not to kill the quality of our live streaming. Because if we're uploading videos to YouTube and live streaming at the same time, it definitely kills the quality of the stream, and you guys don't want that. So check it. You know, if you're looking for it, look for it at the end of the night. We had a non-baseball spot on the site, Tomahawk, that we sold, and Nick B picked up all the non-baseball stuff. So he actually bought into getting all the non-baseball stuff right here. Check it out. That's some non-baseball. Pretty interesting, right? Yep. Funny thing is, we actually didn't originally have the non-baseball spot up, and I think Nick inquired about it. So we actually put it up there, let him snag it for a pretty inexpensive price. Ooh, whoa! Check this out. For the Reds, David T. Check this out, guys. I guess that's the numbering handwritten up there. Is it 3 out of 15? 67 mint. He'll give a dime for it, he's saying. Pretty cool. Genuine 1967 U.S. nickel. Todd Frazier for the Reds. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. And again, the red spot goes to, I'm not even paying attention to how thick this card is in comparison to everything I'm blazing through. That's David T picking that one up. Congrats, David. And it's like in there, you can feel it jiggling too. It's kind of cool. Pretty neat. This does have a little bit of an Allen and Ginter feel to the overall product. Like the weirdness of some of the stuff they have in here is cool. I remember the first year we started breaking, which was like, I think it was 2014. We did that year, Allen and Ginter. And we didn't know what the heck we were looking at. Some of this stuff at the time, like little lions, there's like, I don't know, like cats and crazy weird stuff in that product. It's a fun one though. I think that year as well they had these like skeletal dinosaur cards in it where it was like little mini like fossilized skeleton something inside of the card in Allen and Ginter. Is that right? King of Cards? Yeah. We that non-baseball spot would sell for like $100. When we would break up the stuff into 30 teams, we would sell a 31st spot with the non-baseball, and it would sell. Guys would go crazy for that spot because if you do get a big hit, It's real high value, but the chances of getting a big hit in that spot is crazy, but they would pony up pretty good dollars for it. All right, we be moving. What month is that? Like, that's a summer release, right? These releases all start blending into each other after a while. I think that's like a July release, maybe. Banking on the harder to find yeah, that makes sense too. All right, guys, here we go. Next stack coming our way. And we got a Mike Trout. We got a Mike Trout numbered 77 out of 567. All right. And like I keep saying, guys, if you see me blaze past something and you want to see it up close again, just give me a shout and I'll certainly pull it back into view. Just to keep it flowing. Does Trout play for the Padres? Hey, you watch and see. The Padres may have something. Padres may have something. Don't count it out until it's counted out. All right, all that to the side. Let's keep going. Hey, Padres, there you go. All right. And we got a Byron Buxton. Byron Buxton, numbering 330, I think that says. 330 out of 999. They have no fans. I'm sure the folks in San Diego would beg differ, but maybe not in the collecting world. I don't know. All right, organizing my base off to the side here. We'll dig into that buyback card in a sec and get on to our next box. We use these plastic containers to hold all of our base in between the time we, get to sorting. This is probably going to be like maybe a 3-bin container. I'm already almost filled up on the first one. Let's see the buyback card. Tony Taylor. Tony Taylor for the Phillies. So these buybacks, are these considered an actual hit, Dustin? I don't know, Tony Taylor for the Phillies. I'm keeping them all off to the side here. I'm not intermixing them with everything else, but they're not considered one? Okay, gotcha. Unless they have like a real auto on them or have like real numbering or something on them. I'm assuming, do some of them have real autos on them? Or are they all the facsimile autos? Drinking a Starbucks venti over here. Got to keep some activity. Got to keep some energy going. Empty box. All right. Lots of packs coming up. One more time. And we are only, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It feels like we've been at it for a long time, but we still got so far to go. That's okay. That's what we do it for. I don't know a faster way to do it, though. If you guys suggest a faster way, I'll certainly do it, but I'm sure you want to at least see me blaze through the cards the way that we're doing them, correct? So gum stain cards, they do nothing until 3:05. That's when the Cubs play. All right, that works for me, my friend. I just don't want to hold you guys up sitting there saying like, oh my God, this guy's taking forever, but I just don't know any faster way to get through them. All right, here we go. Let's go stack number 1 first, and then we'll dig into the second one. All right, and like I said, keep saying it over and over again. If I go past something quickly and you want to see it up close again, we got a numbered 289 out of 567. Simmons for the Braves. We got the Saturn V Rocket for the non-baseball. Haven't seen any actual hit potential on these yet. Nothing numbered. Yeah, they're cool looking cards. I mean, they obviously have that throwback look to them. Pretty cool. Got the Saturn V Rocket. You got Evel Knievel. You got Che. What do you say? Is it Che Guevara? All kinds of weird non-baseball stuff happening so far. It'd be cool to see a hit pulled in that stuff. All right, what do we got? What do we got? Not a hit, but a numbered card. 918 out of 999 for the Tigers. So with the gum stained cards, is it like a fake gum stain or is it real gum stain? Like they actually sandwiched it together with like sticks of dry gum again, like the old days, or is it a fake gum stain? It's an epic beard he's got going on. Hard to see. It's fake. Yeah, I thought it might be fake. I thought I remember those. All right. Scratch and sniff. So nothing yet. So whatever is going to be in this second stack unless I blazed past it and we didn't see it, which is possible. Printed on the card. Pretty cheesy. The last year for it. The gum stain. So they actually put a fake gum smell on them to go along with their fake gum stain. So weird. Yep. So how are we looking on Don Russ, guys? You guys can be my eyes. How are the numbers looking on Don Russ 1 and 2? We still at the, what were we at, 3? And the other one was at 10. We still sitting on 3 and 10? I know there's several guys here hanging out right now waiting on Don Russ. So let's get the activity flowing on those. We'll jump right into those next. All right, there's our stack. Let me get these packs out of the way. Let me give the links one more time here to Don Russ because we're getting some new faces popping in. These numbers are not going to be accurate, guys. We were at 3 when I made that link up. We're still at 3. My bad. And we were at 10. So here's the link to the other one, which was at 10. Let's see where that one falls now. That one is now at 9. So we got another spot pickup in that one. So we're chugging along. We are chugging along. We can definitely get there on both of those and have some fun with that tonight as well. All right, here we go, fellas. Coming on up. All right, guys, check it out. We got a little something here. Clubhouse collection for the Indians. Game used memorabilia. Is that a little bat sliver? Is that what I'm looking at here? Michael Brantley for the Indians, and that's going to be Rick K. For the Indians, Rick K. Very nice. Cleveland on the board. Clubhouse collection relic card of Michael Brantley, 2016 Heritage. Cleveland Indians. Rick picking up a nice hit there. All right. Chugging along. Chugging along. The winners celebrate. And check it out. The Presley wedding. Elvis and Priscilla. Ooh. All right, come on, stop faking me out. Show me a real auto here. Show me a real auto, Tops. So literally every card. Not as cool as Evil, I agree. Evil can evil. Unless it was like a picture of the jungle room and Elvis shooting out the TV. I smell gum. I do smell gum. I just don't know which the hell card it's on. I'm not kidding you. I just got a blast of bubblegum scent. That's funny. I'm not even going to bother to try to find which one it is. Or should I? I don't know. Is it on the front or the back? Definitely in this... it is on the back? Well, let's see. I definitely smelled gum. unless I'm taking a stroke, which you never know. This one, you can see that's the one. All right, so the Red Sox got some gum. The Reds, and that's definitely, I can smell it. It's like wafting right at me here. I don't imagine those are considered hits, are they? I mean, is the gum stained card wouldn't be a hit? All right, last batch of cards here. It is considered a hit, guys. Is that right? All right, looks like we're just about through this box. Did we miss anything? Did we miss a hit? We got the Michael Brantley relic with the bat. They are short printed. Okay, I'll keep it off to the side. I just want to make sure I didn't miss bringing something into view. Forgot about my 50th anniversary card here. Let's see what we got going here. And again, guys, like I said, even if by chance we did miss something when we were blazing through all these cards, you're going to get everything anyway. Little Pete Ward action for the White Sox. Pete Ward, White Sox. I'll try not to. The autos and relics are one per, so the Brantley was the hit. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. All right. Next box coming our way, guys. I'm like, am I out of my mind or am I actually smelling gum? Sure enough. Oh, we got a big topper in this one, guys. We got a big topper in this one. What's the story on the big toppers, guys? The big topper is a hit. Empty box there, fellas. You guys want to have anticipation and open the packs first, or you want to go for the big topper? I'll do it whatever way you guys want to do it. I'll start opening my packs. You can let me know as you get a consensus going on the big topper there. Guys, anybody new that is just popping into the channel, hanging out, we are doing our 2016 Heritage Baseball right now. We are filling up 2 cases of Don Russ Baseball, which also just came out today, 2016 product. If you look right there in the video, SportsBoxBreaks.com is our website. So if you just pop onto our website, you'll see them right on the home page. Check out what spots are available. If you've never bought off of our website before, just sign yourself up, a free account, super easy to do. Once you have an account, you'll never need to do that again. It's a one-time sign up. One-time sign-up process. Once you're signed up, you'll be able to purchase using PayPal or even regular credit card. Whichever way you guys want to go is fine with us. I always say to everybody, if you buy into a bunch of breaks, why use your PayPal? Why not use a credit card and get some points? Let the credit card companies give you, 2% or something cash back or whatever the heck it is. We take Discover, we take American Express, Visa, MasterCard. So whichever one gives you the best point rewards, go for it. I think my one card gives like 1.5 immediate cash back, so 1.5% cash back immediately. So, all right. Nothing jumbo on the list. I don't know. It says on here Advertising panel, 3 baseball cards in one. I'll leave it until I'll do this little stack and then we'll dip into that one and see what it looks like. So as not to keep you guys guessing too long. All right, let's keep it going. And like I said, guys, if I go past something, just give me a shout. I'll bring it back into view. Lots to get through. And we got a Victor Martinez Clubhouse Collection for the Tigers. So the Tigers are on the board. That's Clyde. Clyde S. Picking up the Clubhouse Collection, Victor Martinez. Very nice. Collection relic. All right. All right, who do we got here? Clayton Kershaw, numbered 555 out of 567. All right, moving through. You know what's funny about this kind of stuff, guys? Like we had a guy, Chris G, was very into the draft picks and prospects baseball. And Jimmy Hoffa's making a second appearance. Jimmy Hoffa on the back is the map to his body. Not really. Not really. Chris G was really into Bowman draft picks and prospects, and like you guys obviously really like the Heritage, so Chris knew everything there was to know about that Bowman draft picks and prospects, and I really appreciated the night that we were doing that stuff because he was giving me the education that I definitely needed, ripping through it. The same goes for you guys. Appreciate it. All right. We got Buster Posey under Patriot Stadium. Buster Posey, what do we got number-wise? 485 out of 999. I imagine some of these have to be low-numbered, right, guys? Some of them must be low-numbered. Last little stack here. All right. Let me get my base in order. It's starting to get out of control off to the side. Mikey, this is Heritage right now. We are still filling our Don Russ. If you go right on our website, you'll see the 2 cases of Don Russ listed on the homepage. You can look at either one of them and see what spots are remaining. They do need to fill in order to rip, but we are looking to get them filled up tonight. We're pretty low on both of them, buddy, so they should go. They should definitely go. Hang tight for a minute, guys. I'm just getting organized with all this base. It's getting a little crazy. All right. I'll give you the links here. Yep, I am solo tonight, guys. The way we do it now, Jason does breaks from his location. I do breaks from my location. And when either one of us, usually we'll kind of lend support in the chat and keep pushing the links to what we have going on and stuff like that and help out any customers if you guys need help. But Jason, I believe, had some stuff going on tonight, so I am a true one-man show right now. So there are the links, guys. The Don Russ number 1 is actually at 1 spot remaining, so don't pay attention to that 3. But that link will take you there. And then the Don Russ number 2 is at 7, so we're really close on this stuff, guys. And that'll come up next after Heritage. So now, everybody's curious what this thing is. Let's see what it is. Let's see what it is, and then we'll get into the next stack of cards there. Trying to do this in such a fashion that I don't How the heck can I do it? Just trying to do it in a way that I'm not doing any kind of damage on anything. So here is what this thing is. So it's like a non-cut triple card. Red Sox, Padres, Padres. So there's some Padres. So there are some Padres. Major League Baseball bubblegum cards. That's pretty neat. I don't know. I mean, is this thing considered a hit? Again, you guys are educating me on this. I have no idea if that's deemed a hit or if it's just what it actually is. You know it, buddy. 2/3 of the card belongs to the Padres, so you got the Padres. King of Cubs is saying it's for sale. Reasonable offers accepted. Guys, I see IMs popping up there. I see the little red thing on the IM. I just can't check that right now. If we want to keep this going, I really, too many things going on at the moment, so I can't really check the IM if somebody is IMing me. Let me take a quick look. I'll see what it is. Josh, I know you've been popping in. I know you're anxious for that definitive random. We're not putting you off on that, buddy. Jay is working with our distributors to get more cases of that stuff. So we earmarked a certain amount of cases on that stuff on release day. And what we want to do is we want to maximize what we can really do with that definitive. So we're supposed to hear back from our distributors either tomorrow or Friday. Let us know how many more cases of it we can get so that we can kind of put together a game plan for more hit drafts along with that random. So I know you're anxious, Josh. If you want a refund, we'll certainly accommodate, buddy, but I just don't have a good day to tell you yet for it. I do not have a good day to tell you yet on that stuff. But, in fact, what's funny is somebody asked for a refund on it today. I smell gum again. I smell gum again as I'm opening these. Somebody asked for a refund on it today. They had 2 spots, and it wasn't because they were anxious and couldn't wait. We have a little guy here. It wasn't because they were anxious and couldn't wait. It was because they had some issues with their bank account. So they asked for a refund on that, and they asked for a refund on 2 spots they were holding in select basketball. So I accommodated. I gave them a refund. So those 2 spots on the definitive random went back up on the website, and I think within an hour they were snagged. So just goes to show how crazy that stuff is right now. The interest level on that definitive is just insane. All right, so what's up with these little guys? What's up with the minis? We got a Noah Syndergaard mini. They're numbered. It's numbered to 100, so 9 out of 100. 9 out of 100. All right, moving on, fellas. There's gum somewhere. There is some gum somewhere in this stack. Looking for the gum. There it is. There it is. Arizona Diamondbacks got some gum. Robert M. Robert M. got some gum. Oh, yeah. I'm sniffing. So, guys, confirm one more time to me if those gum cards are actually anything or if they're just... Sniff it out. I did. What I'm saying by anything, I mean, like, would we consider them a hit, Dustin? I don't think so, right? Like, our normal consideration for a hit is anything 50 or below, any auto, any jersey. If it's not one of those, it's not a hit in our eyes, so therefore we send packs. I'm just, for sorting purposes, I don't know, what to make of those. Right, okay. I didn't think so, but just to And like I said, guys, if I blaze past anything, just let me know. I will bring it back into view. I'm just trying to get through stuff at a reasonable pace. We still have lots of boxes. They want to put everything upside down and right side up and upside down again. And they intentionally put that little gum stain there, right? It's probably not even real gum scent. It's probably fake bubblegum scent, no less. All right, the 737 back in the mix. 737 making an appearance twice, along with Jimmy Hoffa making his appearance twice. And nowhere else does he make his appearance. So I'm looking here, guys. I don't know. Did we miss one? Did we miss one? What did we have? We had this. We had the Victor Martinez. I guess that would be considered our one from this box. Is that right? Just want to make sure I'm not missing a hit to show you guys. That's it, KC? Okay. Just making sure. All right. Just making sure. All right, next box, guys. Let's start. I'm going to try to pick my own pace up here. Got another big one. All right, 3 stacks, empty box. No, Mikey, there's no coupon codes on the new release stuff. We typically only put coupon codes lately on the stuff that's a little bit older that we can afford to give it a little better price. If you have a if you had a loyalty discount accumulated on your account, that would apply. But there are no coupon codes to be had on the Don Russ. And that's the same way, guys, on all the new release stuff. You know, we price it in such a way that we really can't afford to do. Once in a while, you will see us do a coupon code on the new release. But for the most part, the coupon codes are really only thrown out there usually on some of the older stuff. Like those 10-box Supreme baseballs that we do once in a while. We did have coupon codes on new release football that came out just because there was so much darn football. They pushed, was it 4 or 5 new releases at us in the course of a week? So we did kind of go against our own grain on that one and put a coupon code out on the football just to get it broken. No problem, buddy. Just letting you know kind of how we do it. Jay goes in and adjusts the prices, guys. So if you looked at like Don Russ a couple days ago and then looked at it again today, if you made a note of what those prices were, I would say 95% of the time, like leading up to the actual release of the product, the prices are always reduced. So you may have seen it a couple days ago at, you know, this price, and then a couple days later, the remaining teams get chopped down a little bit. All right. Hurlers beware. Okay. Mike Fires was an action variation. In the last one, in the last stack, here's the last stack that I did here. If that's what you're speaking of there, IMRS 43. Was it in the very last batch of the last stack? If so, then it would probably be like right here somewhere. This one right here. Is this one right here? Anybody? Okay, there's other guys saying not the case, but I did just want to bring it back into view in case there was any possibility on that. So if you guys are saying no, then I'll just keep. Actually, you know what I'm going to do, guys? I'm going to open all the packs and then do my 2 stacks that way. Just do it that way. And like I said, guys, you're going to get everything. I'll certainly bring whatever you want back into view, but you're going to get it all. We send everything. We send all base. We send all hits. So you're going to get every single card from this stuff for your team. So if we missed it on the live airing, you're going to get it anyway. Again, thanks for hanging out, guys. I know this is going to be a real long one tonight, and we appreciate you hanging out. Don Russ is going to be actually longer. I think this one had like 2,400 and change cards in it. Don Russ across the 2 half cases has like 3,000 cards. 1,500 and 1,500, something like that. These videos are going to take forever to upload. They upload quickly. What happens is you upload like a 1.2 gig video to YouTube, and it takes forever to process once it gets to YouTube because they have automated programs that sit there and scour the whole video for like copyrighted music and all kinds of stuff that would be against their terms and conditions. So uploading the video might only take 15 minutes, but then it takes like an hour to post process. All right, here we go. Starting up on the left. Here we go. Chugging along, fellas. What you got there, Iams 43? Mike Fears, 2016. So is that... well, then I just... Is that in fact this? I don't know. Or is it not? I don't know. I'm going to leave it off to the side. You guys can tell me if it's anything I have to... Okay, that's... You guys can tell me. Got another mini here. Number to 100 again. 73 out of 100. Eric Hosmer, Kansas City. Man, some of those fake autos look like real goddamn autos. The ones that look like felt tip really trick you out. Like that. You look at that real quick, it's like, oh, that looks real. Nope. All right. So guys, if you're new to our Breakers channel, if you look down in the lower left right there, that little red swooping arrow pointing downward, it points to the follow button. Click on that for us, please. We would appreciate it. It helps out the overall effort, gives you, you join our community at that point in time, so you'll get a little notification when we go live on Breakers. All right, Carlos Gonzalez, Rockies, numbered 259 out of 567. So we would appreciate the follow. 737 times 3. I'm looking for it. just looking at your guys' chat. That's why I paused there for a second. Right. Okay. Moving along, fellas. Exactly, right? 737 coming out of the sky. All right, here we go. And here it is. Here it is. We got Billy Hamilton. Billy Hamilton for the Reds. That's our second Reds hit, I believe, isn't it? That's David T. David picking that up. Billy Hamilton, Cincinnati Reds, game used memorabilia, Clubhouse collection. Very nice. All right. Okay. I think I like this method better, breaking open all the packs. There's Hoffa again. There he is. There's a Tiger. Some of those fake autos trick me the hell out every time. Okay. Guys, I don't know if the Don Russes have filled yet. They may have, because I haven't had an opportunity to look back at the numbers yet. But if not, do check out the website. Go to the main page. Both Don Russes are going to be right on the home page, number 1 and number 2. We were super close. I think we were one spot away from filling up. You got Francisco Lindor, numbered to 999, 297 out of 999. The first one was at one spot remaining. That may be filled already. And the other one, I think the number 2 is at 7 spots remaining last I looked. So super close. They're going to be up next, guys. Let's keep the momentum flowing so we can jump right into those. They are big cases. Mikey finished up number 1. Awesome. Appreciate it, Mikey. Thank you, buddy. I didn't even notice you said that in the chat. I apologize. Not to not give you kudos on that. Appreciate it. So, guys, let's work on the second one. Should be pretty close on that. All right, guys, what do we got in this crazy triple card again? What do we got here? Diamondbacks, Pirates, Tigers, Red Sox, Astros. Oy, oy, oy. So it's not a hit. So I don't know how this is actually going to be deemed, like what team. We usually go top to bottom, left to right on these. So top to bottom would be here, here, and then across, left to right, is how any card that has multiple teams on it goes. So if that is the case, then it would be the Astros as the top team. But if there's any question on that, we'll certainly bring it back up. But that is the way our multi-team cards go, top to bottom, left to right. If it's not a hit, it doesn't have to go to a randomizer or anything weird like that. Cut it up, King saying. Let's get out the chopper. I have a paper cutter right here in this office room, so get it right on that paper cutter. All right. So there's our packs. There's our empty box. Here we go, guys. I'm going to do the same like I did last time. I think that method's a little faster, getting all the packs chopped open and then going at it from there. Holy cow. 1, 2. We just finished a halfway point. We have 5 boxes, Actually, 4 plus 1, and this is the 6th box, so we literally just finished halfway on this stuff. I mean, I think we're going a little faster now than we have been going, but holy God. Yep, I just revealed our hit by doing that, so I might as well show it, right? I just revealed our hit, and it's a nice one. Check it out. Check it out. Jose Abreu for the White Sox. That's Torian T picking that one up. Another little bat chunk going on in there. Abreu, White Sox, game used, memorabilia. So Torian picking that one up. Congrats, Torian. Very nice. I flipped that little piece of the stack over, and the hit was staring right at our face there. Figured I can't really keep it in the dark from that point. But we'll go through the rest of them and look. Yep, like I said, guys, I mean, we're having fun with it. I'll certainly show those, but, you know, to try to get through this stuff, we'll try to blaze past and not really focus on the SPs and all that. I'll show the hits, and just do know that you're going to get everything. So if by chance we miss showing something on camera, you're going to get it anyway, because we're going to sift through all these 2,500 cards again by hand. Put everything in team stacks, and you're going to get it all. No, appreciate that, KC. Don Russ number 1 sold out. Dustin saying, yep, I think Mike finished that one off. Appreciate it, guys. So Don Russ number 1 is going to be up next. Don Russ number 2 was at 7. I don't know where Don Russ number 2 fell now, if we chipped below the 7 spots remaining or if we're lower than that. Number 2 is at 6, Dustin is saying. All right, so guys, jump on the website. You guys know how to get there. It's right here in the video, SportsBoxBreaks.com. Jump on the site. Check it out. It's right on the home page. Number 2 is going to be up there. I will remove the Don Russ number 1 from the home page in a second so as not to cause any confusion with that. And let's get that filled up, because that's a big case, guys. We're doing it in 2 half cases. They're like 1,500 cards a piece. So this was only 2,400 cards, I think. So that one is a 3,000 card case. So it's going to take a long time to get through that stuff, just like it's doing here. So all right, 2 more packs to open. See, now what would be ideal would be to have somebody off to the side, busting open the packs and making these stacks, and then the guy on camera can just blaze through them. That would be perfect. All right, here we go. All right. So guys, bear with me for 1 second. I am just going to do a little website maintenance, take the Don Russ number 1 off the main page of the site. Doesn't make any sense to have that up there if it's filled. So the number 1 is off the home page, and number 2 is Don Russ number 2 is down to 6. So anybody new that is popping in, we have the brand new releases. There it is, Don Russ Baseball down to 6 spots. So let's fill those 6, guys. We're already filled up in the first half case that we're going to be doing next. Let's fill up the final 6 in the second one, and let's have some fun. Let's see some boomage. All right. Ooh, check it out. We got a purple here. Carlos Gonzalez for the Rockies. What's our numbering on these? Is there any numbering on them? I guess maybe not. Dustin, what are we looking at on these purples? Anything? There's no numbering in the center like there has been on some of the other ones. But the purple on it, I don't know. I'll put that off to the side there. So we got another purple coming up here too. Matt Kemp. There's them Padres again. There's them Padres again. There you go, buddy. Padres. Yeah, no numbering on this one or no numbering on the purple of the last one of the Gonzalez. But two purples. I don't know. What is the purple out of, guys? There would be a bunch of those in this box. Several boxes. Okay. All right. So there will be a bunch of purples. Yeah, I see them already. I see them kind of intermixed in this stack. There's one right there. So here we go. Another one. Hot box refractors. Okay. Kyle Schwarber, Carl Edwards Jr. Love his burgers. For the Cubs. And for the Tigers, Ian Kinsler. I'll show you guys the backs of all those in case we do encounter one that does have numbering on it, but none of them have had it so far. Simmons for the Braves. No numbering on that one. This one is in the numbered batch, 42 out of 999 for the Yanks. And Epic Beard for the Astros. There's Evil again. Nothing numbered out of those non-baseballs yet or anything like that, but could be coming. Michael Wacha. All right. All right, working through this stack. We got a whole bunch of these purples. Matt Harvey, Mets. All right. Angels. Adam Jones, Orioles. And All-Star rookie, Carlos Correa. Astros. All right, moving on. Hold on one sec, guys. I got to get organized off this side. This is getting a little out of control over here. A little out of control over here. All right, next stack coming up. Oop, there's a purple falling off. Padres, no less. All right. Jonas. Bryce Harper. I don't know, guys. I'm putting them all off to the side in like a little stack. So you guys tell me. I mean, I'll confer with Jay when it's all said and done on this one because I just don't know enough about this product. But Dustin, would they be considered a hit? I don't know. Jason Hayward for the Cardinals, number to 567. 353 out of 567. I'm keeping them all together. These purples. Tyson Ross, Padres. Dustin saying no, the purples are not a hit. They're not a hit, so. But again, you're going to get it all, guys. So regardless, you're getting it all. It's just a matter. The only difference, really, is if we're going to encase it for you or not encase it. So we do encase all your hits. And additionally, if it's not a hit, you'd get a pack. So if it is a hit, you wouldn't get a pack because that team would have a hit. I know. We have a whole fleet going on. We have a whole fleet of 737s coming our way. I don't know if Nick B is in the house. Nick B, who owns that non-baseball spot, if Nick B is even here or not tonight. It's tough sometimes to put the breaker's name against the real person name. All right, Joey Gallo. So we had that Abreu early on in this one that was revealed. I guess that's our actual hit from this box. And then we had all these. Man, they really trick you out with those fakes. Oop. All right, finishing off this box. Purple City. So they are not hits, but you will get them, as you will get everything for the Reds. All right, let me keep getting organized here, fellas. We got lots of base cards here. They're going to be everywhere. Gonna be everywhere. All right, what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes to go. Let's see what our 50th anniversary is looking like here. All right, so here's the punch-out cards. So I guess this is David Ortiz, right? So this is a Boston. Keep that off to the side, let you guys talk about it in the chat. Yep, that's going to be an Ortiz, that's going to be a Boston card, and that's going to be Dustin. All right, moving on, fellas. Got another big topper. Stack of packs, and stack of packs. Empty box. Josh, I just saw your IM. If you can do us a favor, just send us an email to sales@SportsBoxBreaks with that request, or you can jump on the website and just use the contact form with that request. We'll certainly shoot you a refund on that. I'm just too many balls in the air when we're trying to do a live break and trying to keep that in mind to do at a later time. So please just shoot me an email, shoot myself and Jay an email, and we'll take care of you on that, buddy. If you go right on the website, I think you hover over the last navigation item, you can get right to the contact form, or just if you respond back to like your sales receipt, it'll come to us that way too. You got it, Josh. I mean, it will be going off. You know, so if you want to get it, that stuff's in hot demand. I mean, you're certainly welcome to a refund on that spot. I think it'll go in about 2 minutes once I put it back on the site. But, you know, if you're looking to stay in that spot, you certainly can. Yeah, we're just looking to get as many cases of that stuff as possible right now because it is quite literally the hottest thing out there. I mean, it's crazy. There are some guys, like I said, selling cases of definitive football for nearly $3K. Which is nuts. Dustin, the nice part about this stuff and the fact that you were in this case with us for a bunch of spots is that we got those base boxes now for you. So that'll make my life a lot easier. Instead of having to team bag. Somebody has just 1 or 2 teams, of course we're going to team bag. But Dustin comes in and buys a lot of spots a lot of times in some of our breaks. So we those boxes, I don't know what they are. They're big ones too. They're big monsters. Oh, no doubt. I mean, well, the sorting is still going to be the same. It's just going to be, I mean, I'll still have to go through all these and see, like, you know, drop them onto a stack that all represents Boston or New York or what have you, but we won't have to team bag them individually. That stuff takes forever, man. Like team bagging each one of these things into team bags. We even have those bigger style bags now that are graded card bags, I think. And they make it a little easier, but there's no good way when you have a heavy base product. There's no easy way to bag it. All right. All right, there it is. Let me get rid of all these stinking packs. Ugh. Packs everywhere. All right, here we go. Start up on the left. Do a little chunk. Little chunk at a time. Little dab will do you. Well, there we go. Jim Landis, top certified auto. Got them Astros on the board. That's you, Dustin. Check it out, buddy. Top certified autograph issue, Jim Landis. Jim Landis. Astros. Yeah, Dustin, we do have card sorters. They are myself and Jay. I wish there was some kind of mechanical card sorter that would optically read the cards and sort them into piles, but we do not. I mean, unless there's something that we just don't know of. We literally have to sit there once this is all done. And what kills me is that, you know, we'll have guys, and no offense to anybody if you guys have actually done this, but we'll have guys like a day or two after the break goes off saying, like, how come this hasn't shipped yet? How come this hasn't shipped yet? And then, well, because there's a lot of labor that goes into it after the fact. Card sorting trays. Oh yeah, I mean that's to just drop your teams into an individual like slot. You still have to manually, the labor goes into like I have to then go through this and say, okay, this is a Reds card, this is a Royals card, and so on. Um, we got Ronald Reagan. We got a different non-baseball in the mix here. Oh, you guys are jokesters, I tell you. You guys are jokesters. We like it though. Yeah, those card sorting trays, we have something similar to that. We have kind of our own setup with that thing, but we have like a grid layout with all 30 teams, or in football, all 32 teams, and so on. So, you almost get so used to the layout of where things fall. It's like memorization game. Like, I'll know that the Yankees are here. I'll know that the Red Sox are here. So you can sort through stuff really quickly, but it still takes forever. It's at a point, if we get a little busier, every once in a while we call in some help on it, but we, for the most part, we do it all ourselves. Ooh, the RMS Queen Mary. We're getting some crazy stuff in that non-baseball now. Crazy stuff happening. What I like to call cray-cray. Do you guys, I mean, hey, if there's an easier way to sort through batches and batches of cards, I am all for it. I will certainly take any suggestion you guys have on that. Um, a box just for sorting, Donnie is saying. Is that the one that Dustin had linked up, just up above, Donnie? That BCW supplies, is that the same thing you're talking about there, Donnie, or is there something different? Because if we've been doing it the hard way all this time, I'll be kicking myself. Ooh, check this out. What do we got? Kyle Schwarber, Carl Edwards, Cubbies. Are these numbered? They are numbered. Nothing great. 621 and a 989, but still they are numbered. Pretty cool for the Cubbages. All right. There's that. What do we got? Last little stack going here. Some of these just look too darn real. All right, last little stack. We'll be done with this box. You take all the cards out and put them in a box and shake the shit and they sort themselves. Oh man, if it were only that easy, I would love life. I would love life. How does, well, they're probably dealing, guys aren't sending COMC big batches of bulk cards. I don't think they would be because they're 25 cents per card to process, right? So I doubt they're sending boxes and boxes of base. But how does COMC do it? How does COMC sort through all that stuff? I imagine they have, they have a batch of people just sitting there taking all this stuff in as it reaches them. Oh, Donnie. Hang tight one sec, guys. I'm just organizing the base over off to the side here. We got to go into bucket number 3. Bucket number 3 coming up. All right, we got this. Let's see what this guy looks like before we get into the next box. Let's see what we got. All right, we got the Yankees, we got the Twins, we got the Dodgers. Not a hit, but just going by our top to bottom, left to right rule, Yankees would be it. Cut it up, King is saying. Get the scissors out, guys. Here we go. All right, let's put that up there. It's getting in my way. Heritage. 4 boxes to go. So we are officially 8 boxes in. It feels like we've been at this for a day and a half. You guys probably feel even worse than that. Like, come on, guy, finish this crap already. All right, there's our packs. There's our empty box. All right, packs, open it up. Are you guys, I know Dustin and Donnie are movie buffs. How about the rest of the guys here hanging out in the chat? Are you guys movie buffs? The reason I ask that is because one of the things that Jay always says will be like, he'll reference Cool Hand Luke. So if you remember the movie Cool Hand Luke with Paul Newman, he'll say something like, finishing it up, boss, finishing it up, Luke. What's his face just passed away a couple days ago. Was it George? Not George Peppard. Was it George Peppard? What was his name? He was in Cool Hand Luke. George something. Josh, you're going to hold on to it? That's no problem, buddy. You're welcome to hold on to it. We'd like to have you in the break with us. Just, you know, have a little patience. Have a little patience is all we ask. I know you want to see it go. We want to see it go. But we're trying to get everything together there with that, so. All right. All right, all right. Anybody see Deadpool yet? I have not seen it. I want to see it. If I'm not mistaken, guys, if you actually, like, the calendar that's on our website is a Google Calendar. You can go to that calendar. I think if you just click the little Google icon on the Google Calendar, it'll take you off our website just to the Google Calendar itself. And I think you might be able to like sign yourself up for email notifications directly from Google Calendar when the calendar contents change. Don't quote me exactly on that. I'm going to have to look into it a little deeper, but I think that's the way some of those, that is one of the features of Google Calendar, that it will email notify you. I think that is the way the Google Calendar. Josh is saying, yeah, it will. Yeah, so that's one thing I never really think to tell guys, like they don't know when our breaks are and stuff like that. We just use Google Calendar. So if you actually sign yourself up or subscribe to the calendar, I guess, if you will, you'll get notifications right from the Google Calendar. I put that one upside down. Or did I? No, I didn't. That one card was just upside down in the pack. Yeah, you'll get notifications right from the Google Calendar when stuff changes on our calendar. So. Yeah, I want to see Deadpool. I'll be honest, I'm kind of like just done with the whole superhero movie thing. I think it's been done to death. Will I still see them? Of course I will, because I'm an idiot. But Deadpool looks really good, and I have to say Ant-Man was surprisingly better than I would have thought it was too. So they went in a whole different direction, not such a big like explosion, 17 exploding helicopters in the trailer kind of thing. All right, there's our packs. All right. Here we go. Stacks of cards for miles and miles. Here we go. Do. Ooh, Thurgood Marshall. What a handsome man. "20 explosions." Exactly. So Jerry Bruckheimer knows what he's doing. He's got the formula down. Jerry Bruckheimer's got that formula down pat. And how many explosions can you walk away from while not looking back at the explosion? Because that's what cool guys do. Check this weirdo card out. The Summer of Love. May 29th, 1967. Woodstock? No, Summer of Love drenches San Francisco. The hippie subculture. Okay. All right. I did live in San Francisco for a brief time back in 99. Not 69, because I wasn't born. Hippies. San Francisco is super cool, though, if you've ever visited. Pretty awesome city. All right, here we go. We'll find it. Where you at, Hit? There's a little something. Justin Upton. For them, they're Padres again. Check it out. Padres, 254 out of 999. Them, they're Padres. All right. Yeah, King, it's a really cool place. Really cool city. Especially if you're into anything technology-wise and stuff like that. It is pretty nuts. Actually, when I lived out there, I lived in a little area called Noe Valley, which I just came to learn recently that Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook actually, if I had still lived out there, would have lived 3 blocks away from me. Got the Orioles, Chris Davis. Number to 567, 82 out of 567. We're still waiting on our hit for this one? We are still waiting on our hit, right? Unless I blazed past it. Son works there for a gaming company. Oh, very cool. Very cool. Did I blaze past our hit, guys? Or did we just not see it yet? Or did I already like show it and I'm losing my mind? Was it that Landis? Or was Landis in the last box? It was in the first. Okay, it was the Landis card then? The Astros? I'm losing my mind, guys. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Well, here we go. Jonathan Schoop. Baltimore. Baltimore Orioles. Michael F. Michael F. Picking up a little Baltimore action here. Jonathan Schoop. Very nice. Okay, so maybe I'm not losing my mind. I mean, I'm definitely losing my mind, but maybe it's not as severe as I thought. All right, guys, 1 second. Organizing all this crazy base off to the side. Crazy base. No treble. 3 boxes to go. I don't know where we stand right now on Donruss number 2. It could be filled for all I know. It might be. It might be. All right, we're going to our third bin. Our third bin for base. I'm looking at 46 unread emails right now. Not that I'm reading them, but holy cow. So we are right now still at 6 spots remaining in Don Russ number 2. So here it is right here. If you're just popping in, Don Russ number 1 is going to be up next, guys. That's already filled and ready to go. Don Russ number 2 is the second half to that, and we are trying to fill those final 6 spots. Let's see what's in this 50th anniversary pack here. Single card buyback, whatever the heck we're calling them. Bill Hepler for the Mets. He looks about 12 in that picture. So there's that. And here we go, next box. 3 in total, still left. Heritage, you kicked my ass here, Heritage. There's another one of those big toppers. So guys, we have, if you haven't seen already, we just listed 2 more cases of Bowman's Best Baseball, which is going to be going off next week, but we listed them tonight. We knew we'd have an audience of baseball people in the house, so here's a link if you want to check them out. There may have been some pickups in them already. When I first started the break night, we had all teams still available, but there is a link to the brand new Bowman's Best we just listed. Those are going to be on our schedule for next week, but if you do want to jump in any of that stuff, now's the time to do it. All teams, or most teams, should still be available in those. All right, here we go. Building our piles. Don't sit on a stone wall. A little inside joke there. Oh, Tops, can you? All right. All right. So guys, I know we have a lot of new faces kind of popping in, popping out here. One thing we do ask, if you look down in the lower left of the video where I'm pointing there, the little red swoop points down to the follow button. Please do follow the channel here on breakers.tv. You'll get a little email notification when we go live on our live break nights. And additionally, it just kind of helps the overall effort of getting stuff filled when we have more followers. So please do that if you could. Also, guys, we are on social media. We're all over social media. In fact, top left up here, you'll see SBB is social. Probably our most active social media account is our Twitter. So we are at SBB Tweet. So check out what we have going on there. We're always posting crazy stuff on there. If anybody gets real big hits, we post those. We always, promote what we're doing on any given night. Fun thing we try to do with a lot of our breakers, if you get some big pulls from us, we ask that you snap off some pictures of them with your phone and then tweet those pictures to us at SBB Tweet. We'll share them out to our community. So pretty fun little thing we do. Get them out on Instagram too. All right. Moving along, guys. Guys, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for educating me on these cards. I do appreciate it. Last pack, and then only 2 boxes to rip through after that. Yay. All right. Let me clean up these packs. Okay, guys. 2 more stacks of cards coming our way right now. Let's see what kind of fun is waiting here. Okay. Felt like there was something stuck to that, but maybe not. And right here we got Jason, is it Kipnis? For the Indians. Let me bring my list of who's got who back up into view. I ventured off of that for a second. Heritage. Cleveland Indians belongs to, that's Rick K. Rick K picking up this Indians hit. Congrats, Rick. Very nice. All right. Moving on forward. All right. And guys, just so you know, we got the Saturn V rocket again. We really do appreciate the pickups and the momentum you guys have been giving us recently. You know, there are times that we've struggled to get stuff filled up, and we get a lot of heat from our breakers because they think that it should fill instantly, but we put a lot of effort into getting this stuff filled up. But just recently, Dustin and Donnie and a lot of guys have really stepped up and helped out our efforts to get this stuff filled. And we want you to know that it is definitely, we recognize it and we appreciate it. We're finally getting to a point where we're filling stuff on release nights, where before we would have to wait sometimes a week or longer to get enough spots filled. So we really do appreciate it, and we want you to know that. And that's, you know, Dustin, Donnie, Kerdog, a lot of new guys have stepped up recently. This is a numbered card. This is out of 999, 713 out of 999, Brandon Crawford. Kerdog, several of them. If I'm missing your name, I apologize. It's not intentional. Just who's coming to mind that's, you know, stepping up that might be new with us. I know M-Law, Bill M has been in a lot. He's been picking up a lot of football, a lot of the premium football stuff. All right, we got Elvis again, the Presley wedding. Yeah, it feels way better when we know we can fill stuff on a certain night that we're shooting for. And I'm sure you guys feel the same. And it definitely translates into more guys buying into our stuff because they know then it will break on that certain night. So it's kind of a snowball effect and feels great. So we've been putting a lot of effort into this stuff for the better part of 2 years now. Tough racket to break into, let me tell you guys. Tough racket to break into. doing breaks. Let me grab this half stack at a time. All right. Okay, guys. Organizing here. 2 boxes to go, fellas. 2 boxes to go. Yowza. All right. Let's see what's going on here before I get into the next 2. Got another one of these bad boys right here. We got the Dodgers, we got the Indians, we got the Yankees. Again, if it is not a hit, it's going to be top to bottom, left to right. So that would be Dodgers showing up on here. All right. So that's going to go with the rest of those. Moving on, fellas. Last 2 boxes coming our way. Cut it up. There we go. I'm taking the cutter right to it. Another big one. That's what she said. What? There's that. There's that. And there is that empty box. Okay. Here we go. Packs aplenty. Dustin's got the teams anyway, King, right? He's got them locked up. And guys, if again, I know several of you are new with our channel here. We don't mind if you guys make trades amongst yourselves. If like you're participating in our breaks, feel free to do a little commerce here in the channel if you want to with each other. Only if you participate in our breaks. We certainly don't want anybody popping in and spamming their eBay links or anything like that. But like Dustin, for instance, he and Donnie sell very heavily on ComC, on Check Out My Cards. So we always encourage those guys to put their COMC link up in the chat. You might see something there in their collection that's up for sale that you guys might want to grab. Or even if, like, for instance, there's been certain break nights that we've been doing breaks and a hit was pulled and a deal was worked right in the chat or in IMs between guys that were hanging out watching it, and we would then ship it to the participant that bought it on the behalf of the owner. So we can do that too. So we'll work with you. If you work with us and buy our breaks, we'll help you out. So what won, going back to movies again, I think DiCaprio won the Academy Award. What else won the awards this year? I don't even know what Best Picture was. I don't know what won awards. Nor do I even know what the heck was up for the awards. I'm so out of the loop with that stuff. I think The Big Short was up, which was pretty good. I think Stallone was up for his supporting actor role in Creed, which was actually a really good movie, but I don't think he got any recognition, really. There's Dustin's link. Whole bunch of stuff for sale, like you said. Dustin and Donnie sell big over on COMC, guys, so check out that link if you buy individual cards or whatever. Dustin and Donnie have tons of stuff for sale over there. Quite a bit of it was pulled here at SBB. All right. Whew. Get these packs out of the way. All right. Can we do this? What time is it? 11 p.m. Holy cow, this is going to be a long one, guys. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I should have started the night at 6 p.m. knowing that this stuff was just so deep with base. All right, we got a Cole Hamels for those there Rangers. Number to 567, 39 out of 567. There's a Summer of Love again. Could smell the weed right through the card. Actually, I think that was a weed card. It had weed scent on it. I'm kidding. That would have been a Colorado card if that were the case. Oh, snap. Exactly. It smells like weed, Donnie. Either that or patchouli oil. All right. What do we got? Prince Fielder. Rangers. Number to 999. 1 out of 999. 1 out of 999. So a little perceived value going on there. Numbered 1. Whew. All right. Here we go. It smelled of dirty hippies. Exactly. The card smelled of dirty hippies, weed, and a hint of LSD. I don't know about you guys, but I'm starving. I am starving. Could this turn into one of our discussions about fast food and regional fast food places again, like it seems to always turn into? It's like one of those frogs, one of those poisonous frogs that are like LSD frogs. They're poisonous in the fact that they have like hallucinogenic acid in their skin. Man, stuff is brutal. I know Jay Gotti was asking if we're going to get another case of it. I think that's a fair thing to say no at this point. Unless Jay wants to do the second case, he can go for it. This stuff is brutal. All right. Just organizing my base. All right, guys, here we go. This stack and then one box to go. Holy God. I think we started this break yesterday. Looking for that hit. Where are you, hit? Looking for that there hit. All right. And then Don Russ, I know. It's like, you know, not bad enough that this stuff was like, they put two massive base-filled products out on the same day. But that's okay. Here we go. Here we go, guys. For them, they're Mets. Jay Gotti. I know the Mets are usually your team, but I don't think you have them in this one. If I'm not mistaken, I think the Mets belong to James F. James F. Matt Harvey for those there Mets. There you go. Congrats, buddy. Moving on through. Moving on through. I mean, maybe it would have made sense just to find the hit and forget about the rest of the cards in the box, because if that's all you're really looking for, but then it's kind of not fun, right? I mean, we're not focusing on the SPs or anything because there's just too many darn cards to look at, but Whales. There's Thurgood Marshall again. Check out that handsome devil. All right. We are almost into the last box. Holy God. Maybe we'll pull a crazy hit for the non-baseball spot before this is over. In that last box. I don't even know on the checklist like what hits are out there potentially for that non-baseball spot. Anything crazy, guys? If you guys are looking at the checklist or have it nearby, anything weird for that non-baseball? We got the Brewers, the Braves, the Athletics. Again, if we're going left to right, top to bottom, or top to bottom, left to right, I guess that is. Brewers would be the one. Brewers, Braves, A's. Okay, last box. Holy moly. Mile 26 coming at us right now. I'm going to get the paper cutter over here, King. There it is. One more big topper. Packs, packs, and just a couple more packs. Empty. Whew. Here we go. Here we go. How the hell am I doing this? So like that? No. Like that is how I want to take them off the stack. Well, I just went against the grain on my own instruction. So who else that's hanging here right now is in the Don Russ next? I know Dustin and Donnie are. I don't know offhand who else is in it. The Cubs in both, King is saying. All right, very cool, very cool. Well, it's 11 o'clock, so we got those two. I mean, we're going to probably be at it for until, gosh, I don't even know, 2 in the morning, something like that. At least I'll be at it. You guys don't necessarily have to hang, but yikes. Let's get that a little more organized here. Hey, you helped out the community. You got this break kicking. We appreciate it, buddy. And think about it like this. Every dollar you spend on the website goes toward your loyalty discount. So if you continue to come back and break with us month after month, every dollar you spend now in the month of March is counting toward a discount you'll get the whole month of April. And that's no BS. We have I think 6 or 7 guys this month now that have accrued the 12.5% discount from purchases done throughout February. So 12.5% is pretty good. Our prices are already as low as we can do them. So 12.5% on all pick your team breaks on top of that if you reach that tier. But the minimum is 2.5%. You know it. We're going to get you something good. All right, 2 packs. Yowza. Okay, there it is. Let me get all my packs out of the way. I am going to have to take a 3 to 5 minute breather in between this one before we go into Don Russ, just so I can rest my voice for a minute. Take a sip of a beverage. All right, here we go, guys. Here we go. Good luck to everybody. Let's see some hits. I see something coming up. I don't know what it is. Rookie All-Stars. Ooh, not bad. 18 out of 67. 18 out of 67. Severino. So Yankees and a Twins. So again, it's not a hit. So it's not going to go to the randomizer, but it is left to right, top to bottom, left to right. So Yankees, Twins, Yankees. Yankees it is. Okay, pretty cool card. Okay, moving on. Moving on. My allergies are kicking in full force too. I could feel my sinuses like closing on me. It's coming up on that time of the year. Allergies are going to be going nuts. Let's see, a 1/1 Elvis gold belt buckle. Yep, that's what he said. 1/1 Elvis gold belt buckle. All right. Some of these cards just don't want to easily separate from the one in front of them. Friction. So we've got that paper feel. SP, okay, cool. SP for Korea in there somewhere. You guys got the eyesight, I'll tell you. Let me see if I could find it real quick, just in case it is something of... Let me see real quick. Where are you at? This guy right here, Dustin? Astros, that's the guy. What would these be like sequenced out of? Like what's the numbering potentially on something like that? That's a good one, Dustin's saying. All right, I'll keep it off to the side. Any and we got for the Dodgers, Jock Peterson. LA Dodge. That's going to Dustin. So Dustin's picking up the last one out of the last box, it looks like. Jock Peterson. And what is left here? Okay. All right, guys. Ooh, Evil making one more appearance. Jumping 15 vans. School buses. Canyons of Death. I think I remember as a kid, and now I'm dating myself because I was a kid in the 70s and the 80s, but the 70s I was a young kid, and that's when Evel Knievel was in his like super prime. And I remember I had one of those like wind up Evel Knievel things. You would jam the motorcycle into it and then you would wind it up and it would build up super tension and it would shoot across the floor like, I don't know, 100 miles an hour. Super fun. Here's Che again. You had that too? Those were awesome, right? Those things were super cool. Whatever happened to toys like that? Whatever happened to toys like that? They got too politically correct and too worried about liabilities with things that SST. Too dangerous, yeah. Did I miss something there, King, that you want to go back? Or are you just talking about the thing we're talking about with Evil? Yep. I remember when little plastic bullets in toys would actually like shoot like a projectile, and then somewhere maybe around the late 70s, early 80s, they stopped that and they were connected. So they would just like, I don't know, shoot an inch. Oh, the Evil was. Was it? You're saying this card, or am I just talking about like, am I losing my mind again? You're talking about the Evil toy. 2 words, yard darts. Yard darts, man. No kidding. All right, Matt Kemp. There's the Padres again showing up. There he is. The toy was an SS. Ah, okay. My bad. I thought you were talking about some kind of variation on the Evil card. 954 out of 999. Padres again. Yeah, they had some fun toys in those years. Fun toys. I remember, what else did I have? I had the $6 Million Man that had like and last thing we're going to look at here, guys, this finishes off the whole case, is going to be this topper that was in the last box. The $6 Million Man with the grip, or what else did he have? He had the eye that you can look through the one eye. So we got the Atlanta Aces, so the Atlanta Braves, right? So Yankees and Twins. So again, top to bottom, left to right. So Atlanta. All right, guys, that's going to do it for Heritage number 1. I'll do a quick hit recap later or maybe even tomorrow morning and throw it up on YouTube so guys don't have to sit and hang out for 3 hours and watch this thing. So thanks again, guys, for filming this. I'm going to stop this recording.